Typical Henry cat, just treats me like his own private cushion. Ah, those cold and blustery days of summer in England. This was on the way home from my mum's. I was hungry by the time I got back, so I made an early lunch, boiled over the water of course. There's my pasta. I had pesto, had leftover chicken from the day before, so I mixed that in and added a goodly amount of parmesan. Actually, quite a lot of parmesan, but I like it, so that's good. Oh, this music's a bit sad. It's not meant to be. I picked some basil. This is the same basil plant that I showed recently that I separated, or rather Bill separated for me, so that's going really well. And even though it was a rainy day, I went out and picked a load of flowers from the garden. I'm very much enjoying this very laid back and lazy flower arranging style at the moment. And I like that, so I wanted it in the living room. But taking a step back wasn't quite right, and I decided the vase was in the wrong place, so rearranged things slightly and it looked much better afterwards. If you wonder why the Brits go on about the weather so much, this is why. This is June, we have heavy rain and hail the size of marbles. It came out of nowhere, then it's blue skies again. That's England. I do like to see jars or dishes of chocolate around the house, and this jar is filled with these, or half filled actually, and they're very tasty. And let's have a look at the nice things that I got from the weekly shop. I bought Hello, don't normally get it, purely for this wedding. I wanted to have a good look at the photos. Love that bouquet she had. Delicious magazine is always a treat, and their front covers are perfect. And these, yum, haven't had them yet. I know they're going to be really good, and I'll eat more than I should. I'll let you know. And salad servers. I've really wanted some salad servers lately, and these were down from £18 to £9 in John Lewis. I think they go brilliantly with our salad bowl, which was a wedding gift almost 18 years ago. We did have salad servers that went with them, but I can't find them. So I decided to get those. And I'm really pleased, I like those. These are the flowers, clearly inspired by the Duchess of Westminster. So lovely. Raggedy flowers from the week before. I shall deal with those soon. And in the living room, I like to have a dish of chocolate, so that if you're in there watching TV or reading, you can just grab a little bit of chocolate. And we haven't had any in there for a long time, so that was a treat. I like chocolate around the house. So there's the flowers in the kitchen, the inspiration, the interpretation. Very much loving these colours, and the roses are all from the garden and the rest are all from the shop. In the hall, I have to do a slightly smaller version of flowers. It has to be quite flat, because if not you might catch it as you walk past, so it's quite a small flat arrangement there. Yes, I can see my mirror needed to be cleaned here, but these are upstairs on the upstairs landing. Very lovely. I like this arrangement to be quite tall. And a smaller version on the windowsill in the bedroom. Henry cat having a little snooze on Violet's bed with his toys there. And in Violet's room, I've just done plain white flowers, so roses and freesias from the shop, and the daisies, the large daisies, are from the garden. Really need to grow more of those, they're lovely. So I had a look through this book recently, and I haven't made anything from it. And as I looked through, Violet's coconut macaroons caught my eye, for obvious reasons really, but also coconut macaroons, yum. Haven't had those for a long time. I've read the recipe, it seemed quite straightforward. The only thing that caused concern is this part here, Stir the ingredients in the pan until they begin to dry out. What does that even mean? How do you do that? But I decided to give it a whirl, and I bought a couple of extras, the glacé cherries and some chocolate. More about why later. So in here I have the desiccated coconut, egg whites, caster sugar, a pinch of salt and some honey. And then it's over to the hob where you kind of mix it up. So I'm mixing it slowly and I'm just wondering to myself, what does it look like when it begins to dry out? It also says, let me just find it in the book here. Mix constantly until everything is dissolved and it just begins to scorch on the bottom. Scorch, not burn. So that was quite a worry, because you know what I'm like with cakes and such. I will just say the smell of the coconut, oh, it's so good. So I sped it up a bit there because it was boring. And you can see on the pan there, it's starting to colour a bit. So I took that as a sign of being scorched and dried out, because I wasn't going to just burn it. Added the vanilla. The smell as that hit was unbelievable. It was so good. And then you leave it to cool. When I'm in the kitchen, I like to watch Christmas films on YouTube. And the egg yolks that I had from the egg whites didn't go to waste. I made this scrambled egg yolk egg thing. It was horrible. I would never do this again. That's all kinds of wrong. So at least they didn't go to waste, but it wasn't good. I chopped some glacé cherries and added to some of the macaroons. This is to show how beautiful and jewel-like the cherries are, but it just looks like a clown nose on a stick, so that didn't work out the way I planned. This recipe is wheat-free, gluten-free and dairy-free, so that's worth bearing in mind if you're looking for that sort of recipe, because it is a good one and these are absolutely delicious, I have to say. Yum, it's so good. So my plan was to melt and drizzle chocolate over the macaroons with the cherries. And mishap number 2, I think so far. The chocolate didn't melt very well. I don't know what I did wrong there, but I did something wrong. And I caught fire to a tea towel. And there it is, more like cement. So rather than drizzle, it's kind of troweled on. And don't try to eat a macaroon warm because they fall apart. I added the chocolate because back in the 80s there was a chocolate bar called Cabana. I don't know if you remember those, people just don't seem to. And they were coconut, glacé cherry, caramel and chocolate, and they were fantastic. And I hoped this would be a little bit reminiscent of that, but no. But never mind, they are still really good, with or without the cherries, and with a cup of tea. Absolutely scrummy. Very definitely will make this again, only without the chocolate. Outside the kitchen window we have Daddy Magpie and Baby Magpie. They were having quite the conversation at times. I don't know why, I just get the feeling that the Baby Magpie was asking for something else, like let's go to McDonald's or go and see a film or do something else, Dad. And Daddy was having none of it. It was Father's Day on Sunday, so lots of cards and nice gifts for Bill. And didn't go out to eat, but I made him steak with garlic mash, broccoli and tomatoes, and then a yummy cheese board afterwards. Do love a cheese board. Don't do that often enough. So I hope you've had a good week, and I will see you again very soon. Thank you as always for watching.